Maurizio Sarri sacked this morning, first order of business for them. And hot off the presses, chaps, Juventus have just confirmed in the last few minutes that Andrea Pirlo, the golden generation talent of Italian football over the last few years, brilliant midfielder, is the new Juventus manager. Now, first of all, with Sarri, not entirely surprising, we know about how they were prioritising Champions League, etc. But perhaps surprising they've appointed a managerial novice, even if he was a great player. Yeah,
he's only just come into the club last week, still on his coaching badge journey. Was in to take the reins at the C team, the underage players, the under-23s, and the fallout from last night's defeat. It was building. I mean, we spoke about it before the game last night that Sarri was under pressure. He himself had gone as far as to say in press conference, you know, that you're telling me that the directors are going to sack me. You're wrong. You don't know what they're like. And he was showing tension. I think that tension showed through the game. So it's fortunate for him. He arrived in the door at the right time to take up a smaller job, and he finds himself where he is now. No experience, of course, but I would not have to look very far past my own sort of blinkers when I look at an appointment like this, because at Sunderland we did this with Roy Keane and it was a huge success. So maybe it's that missing thing that gets him. But when you win a league title, there's not a lot of room for Pirlo to be successful. As I say, when the manager gets sacked after winning a league title. So it's Champions League or bust, and that's a tough gig for him.
Exactly. Agnelli, the club president, said the statement when they were announcing Sarri has been sacked. He said, the Champions League has been a dream for us, but now it must become an objective. And it's serious now, in other words. That's a big responsibility for a novice manager, even if he was a great player.
Well, I think it's been serious for them for a few years. I mean, they've won 8 Scudettos in a row.
Nine now.
Sorry, 9 now. It's Bayern Munich have 8 in their league. So they've won 9 in a row. So it's been serious for them for the last few years. Unfortunately, in 2015, when Barcelona beat them 3-1, they played very well in the match. But, you know, they've not been able to make it to that level. They signed Ronaldo. It didn't work out. Not that Ronaldo didn't work out, but he wasn't the final piece of the jigsaw to help them get there. This year they were a bit worse. In the league, they won the league in the end, not as convincingly as in previous seasons. Less goals, more goals conceded, not the style of football that was expected or is demanded by the fans of Juventus. So Sarri was under pressure. It's funny, he won the Europa League last year with Chelsea and ended up getting sacked out with Chelsea. He goes to Juventus, he wins the league and he gets sacked out. So he just keep rolling on and taking the money for getting sacked, you know?
There's 27 million reasons not to feel too sorry for him.
But Pirlo, Tommy, it's a very interesting point. It is a strange one from the point of view of no experience as a manager. He's 41. He's been knocking about in America, playing out as the latter part of his career in the MLS. He was one of the great players and the great thinking players in the game. His style, I mean, I happened to manage against him 3 times, and it was just extraordinarily difficult to try and come up with a game plan. You know, that was at international level, and I know he actually scored against us when I was in the Faroes. We played them in Fiorentina. We lost 5-0. He actually scored. He didn't score an awful lot of goals unless they were from set pieces. We actually scored in the game. But a fantastic player and a brilliant mind, and knows the mentality. Was a great part of the Juventus team. Won several trophies with them after he came to Milan. It'd be interesting to see how he goes, given he hasn't got the
game plan
experience.
To stop him?
The game plan. I gave out rosary beads to everyone. We said some Hail Marys.
As good a way as any.
Didn't quite work in any of the matches.
Well, he might need them now with Juventus if he wants to keep the job any longer than a season.